Imagine waking up to find your favorite app gone. No notifications, no videos, just a blank screen. That's exactly what happened on January 18, 2025, when TikTok suddenly went dark across the United States. As the clock struck midnight, millions of users were thrown into confusion. For content creators, it was a nightmare. They were cut off from their followers and income streams in an instant. Small businesses, reliant on TikTok for marketing, scrambled to adapt. For the everyday user, the silence was deafening. TikTok had become a daily escape, now replaced by a void. The abrupt shutdown wasn't a technical glitch. It was a deliberate move by ByteDance, TikTok's parent company, following a federal order to divest its U.S. operations by January 19th. The mandate, upheld by the Supreme Court just days earlier, cited national security concerns tied to the platform's Chinese ownership. ByteDance's decision to pull the plug ahead of the deadline only amplified the shock. In the hours that followed, chaos erupted online. Users flooded other platforms to share their disbelief. Creators held impromptu goodbye streams, and hashtags like #TikTok ban trended globally. What had been a space for creativity and connection had suddenly become a digital ghost town, and no one knew what was coming next. TikTok ban lifted, but what's next? Just when everyone thought TikTok had danced its last dance in the US, President-elect Donald Trump threw a curveball that no one saw coming. Mere hours after the platform went dark, plunging its 170 million US users into a spiral of confusion and heartbreak, Trump swooped in with an announcement that sent shockwaves through the digital world. The TikTok ban was delayed. That's right, TikTok was back. Trump's bold intervention proposed a joint venture, granting U.S. investors a 50% stake in the app. The goal? Address those ever-present national security concerns while keeping the viral dances, relatable skits, and oddly satisfying ASMR videos alive. But here's the kicker. This move was a complete 180 from Trump's hardline stance in 2020. When he had called for TikTok to be shut down entirely. Talk about a plot twist. TikTok didn't waste a second expressing gratitude. The company thanked Trump and promised to work closely with U.S. authorities to hammer out a long-term solution. But while users celebrated with hashtags like TikTok saved, the shadow of uncertainty lingered. Would this new joint venture really solve concerns about data privacy and national security? Or was it just a band-aid over a much bigger issue? For now, TikTok is back in action, and creators are breathing a sigh of relief. But let's be real, this episode feels less like the end of a story, and more like the setup for another dramatic chapter. Could TikTok face the chopping block again? Only time will tell. Until then, keep scrolling, cautiously. What did users do when TikTok went dark? When TikTok went dark, chaos took over. It was January 18, 2025. A day TikTok users will never forget. One moment, they were scrolling through viral dances, funny skits, and oddly satisfying cleaning videos. The next, poof! TikTok was gone, leaving millions staring at blank screens and wondering, what just happened? For most users, TikTok wasn't just an app. It was a way of life. Creators scrambled to post their final goodbyes, with some hosting impromptu farewell lives before the clock struck midnight. Imagine Charli D'Amelio, one of the platform's biggest stars, trying to comfort her fans while watching millions in ad revenue slip through her fingers. Together with other top influencers like Bella Poarch, creators faced a combined potential loss of $83 million. Ouch. The chaos didn't stop there. Small businesses, which had thrived on TikTok's algorithm-driven reach, were thrown into disarray. TikTok wasn't just entertaining. It had become a marketing powerhouse, contributing over $24 billion to the U.S. economy in 2024. Now, that powerhouse had gone silent, and businesses were scrambling for a plan B. Users flocked to alternative platforms like Lemon8 and RedNote, desperate for a replacement. These apps saw a surge in downloads, but let's be real, nothing could match TikTok's unique blend of community and algorithmic magic. The hashtags Year TikTok ban, and Tracker Bring TikTok Back trended across social media, capturing the collective frustration and confusion. But one question loomed over it all. Was there truly a substitute for TikTok? Or had users just lost their digital home for good? Wait, did Trump just bring TikTok back? Just when it seemed TikTok had danced its final dance, President-elect Donald Trump dropped a bombshell that no one saw coming. In a move that left users stunned, Trump announced that the TikTok ban would be delayed, bringing the app back to life mere hours after it had gone dark. The news came as a lifeline for millions of users, content creators, and businesses who had already begun mourning the loss of their favorite platform. But, as with any good twist, there was a catch. ByteDance, TikTok's parent company, would need to form a joint venture, granting 50% ownership to US-based investors. The idea? Soothe national security concerns by giving America a seat at the table, while keeping TikTok's 170 million US users scrolling and creating. It was a bold move, and one that marked a sharp departure from Trump's stance in 2020 when he pushed for an outright ban on TikTok, branding it a national security threat. So, what changed? TikTok's meteoric rise and massive economic impact likely played a role, with the platform contributing over $24 billion to the US economy in 2024 alone. It's hard to ignore its influence. Politically, the delay was a masterstroke. By brokering a compromise, Trump positioned himself as both a defender of national security and a champion of digital innovation, a balancing act that few saw coming. But let's not celebrate too soon. The joint venture may have bought TikTok some time, but will it be enough to secure the platform's long-term future? Or is this just the opening act in a much larger drama? Stay tuned, because this story is far from over. What did TikTok say about the chaos? After Donald Trump announced the delay of the TikTok ban, the platform wasted no time expressing gratitude. In an official statement, TikTok CEO Shou Chu thanked Trump for providing a pathway to keep the app operational in the US. He emphasized the company's commitment to compliance and transparency, stating, "We are grateful for the opportunity to serve our US community and will continue to work toward a long-term solution." TikTok immediately began restoring its services, reassuring its 170 million US users that their beloved app would remain accessible. The company also reached out to content creators and businesses, promising continued support during this turbulent period. However, questions linger about data privacy and national security. TikTok reiterated its ongoing efforts under Project Texas, which ensures US user data is stored on American servers and managed by Oracle, an American company. While this move aimed to ease concerns, critics remain skeptical, pointing to Chinese laws that could still compel ByteDance, TikTok's parent company, to share data with the Chinese government. The proposed joint venture, granting 50% US ownership of TikTok, was positioned as a critical step toward building trust. Yet, the debate over whether these measures were sufficient persisted. As the dust began to settle, one thing was clear. TikTok had weathered the storm, but the battle for its future in America was far from over. What happened after TikTok came back online? When TikTok's services were suddenly restored, the sense of relief was palpable, but it didn't come without lingering questions. The platform, which had been dark for hours, came back to life after President-elect Donald Trump delayed the ban. Users flooded back. Hashtags like "Sachum TikTok is back" trended, and the app's familiar energy was reignited. But not everyone was celebrating. Content creators who relied on TikTok for income were already grappling with the fallout. Many had scrambled to connect with their audiences on other platforms like YouTube and Instagram during the downtime, unsure if TikTok's return was permanent. For them, the uncertainty highlighted a stark reality. Putting all their eggs in one basket was a risk they couldn't afford anymore. Small businesses also faced challenges. The blackout disrupted their marketing strategies, leaving many to wonder if they should shift focus to more stable platforms. The chaos revealed an uncomfortable truth. Digital platforms, no matter how dominant, are vulnerable to political decisions. TikTok's sudden disappearance and reappearance showcase the fragility of our digital ecosystems, leaving creators and users alike to question how much control they really have over their online lives. For now, TikTok is back, but the trust it had earned will take time to rebuild. Could it happen again? Only time will tell. What do you think about TikTok's future? Should creators and businesses move away from it entirely? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated on the latest tech stories shaping our digital world.